Governor Brad Henry and lawmakers have reached an agreement on how to fix Oklahoma's budget crisis, including how much to take from the state's rainy day fund. Pat McGuigan from CapitolBeatOK.com joins us this morning with more. Good morning, Pat. So explain this. I was a little confused reading exactly where this money's going and how it's going. So explain it to me if you could again, please.
Well, thanks and welcome to the club in terms of confusion. Here's the line items. $223.5 million will come from the state's constitutional reserve, the rainy day fund. $223 million will go into a special cash fund for next year. That first $223.5 million is for this fiscal year. $223 million will be held in reserve for next year specifically, and that'll leave $149 million in the state's rainy day fund for future use. And the future use is very important because the gap in cash over the remainder of this year and into next year is somewhere between $1.6 and $1.9 billion. Now, having said all of that, they're using the money to fill in some essential functions as the legislative leaders and the governor have identified them: higher ed, common ed, that is K to 12, the health care authority, which is the one agency actually held harmless, and then money for corrections. There's other agencies getting some help, but for those agencies I just named, the budget cuts are being held to a minimum.
Hey, Pat, doesn't the governor want to increase, I mean, the rainy day fund's always being replenished, and the governor wants to increase the amount that is put into that each year. Is that correct? And when is that going to come up?
That'll probably come up in this session and could be referred to a vote of the people because it does require a constitutional amendment, and the bottom line on that would be in good years to make that reserve 10%. Rather than 10%, make it 15% of what comes in. Oklahoma had a number of excellent years, and that's why there's money in the rainy day fund available to bridge this gap. So it's an important proposal, and he has strong bipartisan support, including Senator Ford from Bartlesville is one of the advocates of this idea.
All right, thank you very much. Pat McGuigan from CapitolBeatOK. We appreciate your time. And